the series of Oscars leading ladies continues, we begin to notice an overarching set of qualities that these unique yet iconic women have. Strong looks equaled their strong personalities. Not only did Bette Davis stand out with her unconventional looks, but also her strong-willed attitude. She did not settle for a second best and never took any mediocrity. After taking on acting classes and hitting Broadway, Bette was recruited from the stage to the screen during Hollywood's revamping of film productions in the early 1930s. Universal Studios did not know what to do with a 22-year-old, so they cast her in a few minor roles. In a sea of alluring blondes, Bette stood out, but felt like the odd one out. She knew that her acting had to be top-notch. In 1932, Warner Brothers contracted Davis. She starred in Of Human Bondage in 1932 for RKO. When that movie came out, it put Davis on the map. The following year, at the 1935 Academy Awards, she was nominated for the Best Actress Award. Already, well, she lost to Claudette Colbert, but it was a big deal that Davis did not win because her performance was deemed by many, including Norma Shearer, who had won a few years back, as the best. The problem was that Hollywood executives were going around telling people not to vote for Davis. That year, the awards had a write-in ballot voting technique. It was used only that time, but this loss infuriated Davis. But nonetheless, she moved on. She had to prove herself even more. But it seemed that it was not Davis's time yet, because she literally won the Oscar for Best Actress the following year in 1936 for her performance in Dangerous. Apparently Davis didn't want to even attend the ceremony, but was forced to by Jack Warner of Warner Brothers. Her first ever Oscar was considered a consolation prize for her snub the year before. Even though she was great on the screen, her acts of rebellion triggered the executives, and the studios resisted to cast Davis in more major roles after Dangerous. She kept getting pigeonholed, and this moment really was the last straw for Davis with Hollywood and its manipulations. This whole diva act didn't fly, so she fled to England while still on contract with Warner Brothers in 1937. But once Warner Brothers found out the breach of contract, they took Davis to court, and they sued her and terminated the contract. But funnily enough, this feud did not last long, and Davis miraculously got offered a new contract, a salary raise, and starring roles in a bunch of fabulous films. This milestone finally made Davis a household name. Another turning point in her career was of course her second Oscar win in 1939 for her leading role in Jezebel. This time she accepted the award, but this film definitely pushed the envelope of gender norms and female liberation. Davis was switching up the status quo in Hollywood, and she knew that being under contract with Warner Brothers would provide her security, a safety net really, in terms of money and career. The eccentric actress kept making headlines with her dramatic and intense films, and ultimately, in the entirety of her career, she was nominated for 10 Oscars. I mean, the list goes on for Bette Davis, and she goes down in history as a cinematic idol. Davis's career was a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs, and it is clear just how passionate she was about the film industry and acting. She went through great lengths to sustain her career, and the 1930s and 1940s were most productive for Davis. A lineup of more box office hits like Dark Victory, Elizabeth I, and The Letter, to name a few, cemented Davis as a star. After ending her contract with Warner Brothers, Davis in 1950 made more cinematic successes like All About Eve and The Virgin Queen. Every single thing she starred in made big waves. After a lifetime of successful, award-winning motion pictures, Davis eventually received the American Film Institute Life Achievement Award, and she was the first ever woman to get it, and many more distinctions like an Emmy and the Kennedy Honor. I mean, it just sounds outrageous just how much this woman has achieved in her lifetime, because her work was her life, but she retired only a year before her death. Bette Davis's tireless and self-disciplined work ethic and her exceptional acting puts her down in history as a very powerful woman.
Tracked your ball. All right.
I'm going to bed.
You be host. It's your party. Happy birthday, welcome home. And we who are about to die salute you.
Need any help?
To put me to bed, take my clothes off, hold my head, tuck me in, turn out the lights, and tiptoe out. Eve would, wouldn't you, Eve?
If you'd like.
I wouldn't like.